Hi guys, it's Lynn with Curiosity Crochet. I worked up another scarf that I thought we could make together. I'm going to do it on small scale because I worked this one all the way up so I could see how it worked. I didn't do this one as an infinity scarf, but you totally can. You would just, instead of doing it all the way around, you would connect these ends and then just do this on one side around and then turn it and do it on the other side. You can totally do it that way too. But I just left it a long flowing like spring scarf. So not in this color, but in this yarn is what I made it in, the Soho Lively, like the last scarf. I got this from Hirschner's. It's one of their clearance yarns, so I don't know if they still have it or not, but they've had it for a while, so I'm guessing it's just one of their more inexpensive yarns. But I love it, to be honest with you. It's a roving yarn, so it's classified as a 3, so it's lightweight. And I suggest if you're making this as a spring weight one, I would use a 2 or a 3. If you want to make it with a 4, you can. It works up pretty much the same, except it'll probably be a little wider if you use a 4 weight. But it works up real nice. It's easy and it works up real nice. But there are, let me see if I can find it. And I can't remember what the name of this color was. I apologize. But there's 262 yards in one skein of these. And I just used a whole skein. And that was making the length and getting the border all the way around. You know what? Let me measure this for you and I'll be right back. Okay, so from end to end, it's 55 inches. So that's what I worked up initially, 55 inches, and then I had just enough to do the border, which is 2 rows. So that's my suggestion. If you're going to use a 3 weight, you're going to need, you know, 260 yards of whatever you're using. Bring it to about 55 inches. And then leave the rest for the border. And if you want it longer, you can always make it longer. Like if you have more yarn than I did, you can totally make it longer and then do it as an infinity. Because this one could have been an infinity too. But I don't know, like I just felt like I wanted it to be a long, flowy, springy scarf. And I actually made this for my sister-in-law because she loves purple. And it had purple all through it. I know it's got a lot of, it's busy. There's a lot of colors in it. But I just thought it was really pretty for a nice spring, lacy, like, kind of scarf. For, like, cool spring nights, you know? But that's what we're going to do in this video. And also, I'm using a 6mm crochet hook. And I have forgotten to put my light on. I apologize, you guys. So let's see if you can see the colors better now. Ooh, look at that. I just wanted to show you in the light real quick. I can't believe I forgot to turn the light on. But anyways, so today for the tutorial, because I'm just going to make up like a small patch to show you guys the stitch and then the border. But I'm using this Gazelle, I don't know how you pronounce it, XL baby wool. And there's 100 meters, which there's probably like 120 yards in this. But I get this from Hobium. It's a Turkish company, and they have some pretty good prices too if you want to check them out. This one's got a bunch of different stuff in it. It's acrylic, cashmere, and merino. It's real soft, but I don't have a whole lot of this because I had bought it just to try it. And so I have one skein of this. So I figured this would be perfect to show you guys with. But it's real soft. If you guys want to check out Hobium, I'm telling you, they're a fun website. There's a little bit too much to look at. And you go a little like, oh. But, so we're just going to jump into this. I'm going to find my middle here, because I want to show you this stitch so you can get going on it. I don't think I missed out on anything else trying to say to you, but let me just take a minute to say if you're new to my channel, or if you haven't already, I ask you to subscribe. That would be amazing for both of us because I put out videos all the time, and subscribing for me just makes me happy. So what we're going to do, you're going to start with a slip knot, and we are going to chain even numbers. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now I made mine kind of thin because I knew I was going to put a little bit of a border on it, and I wanted it to be on the thinner side since it, you know, like narrow, I mean, because I wanted it to be a spring scarf. So something just, you know, light. So you can chain how many ever you want, however wide you want it to be or whatnot. But I just, you know what? Because I don't remember how many I chained, I'll be honest with you, because I started this a while back and then just finished it. But it's about about 4 inches wide without the border. So, like I said, I didn't make it real wide. But you can make yours as wide as you want. Just chain even numbers. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to do 12. So we can work this up together. So once you get your chains done, and you're happy with as wide or as narrow as you're making it, we're going to skip the first 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put a double crochet in the 4th chain. Then we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip 1, and we're going to put a double crochet in the next. We're going to chain 1. We're going to skip 1, and we're going to put a double crochet in the next. And that's all you're going to repeat for this row. It is a 2-row repeat, but it's real easy. So you're going to chain 1, you're going to skip 1, and you're going to double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and then when you come to the end, you'll just put that last double crochet in there. And that's what you're going to do for that row. Now, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn our work, and we are going, this is technically counting as our first stitch here. We're going to work in the top of these double crochets here. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, and we're going to put a little puff in here. We're going to pull up a loop. So that's 1. We're going to yarn over and go back in there, pull up another loop. That's 2. Yarn over, go in that same stitch, pull up 1 more loop. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops. You're going to pull through all 7 loops and chain 1. Now we're going to jump to the next double crochet. We're going to yarn over, we're going to go in there, pull up a loop. That's 1. Yarn over, go in there, pull up a loop. That's 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop. That's 3. You'll have 7 loops. Pull through all and chain 1. And you're just going to repeat that all the way down. 1, 2, 3. Pull through all, chain 1. 1, 2, 3, pull through all of them, chain 1. And then when you come to the end, you're just going to put 1 double crochet in that chain 3. And then you'll chain 3 again. Turn your work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work in the top of the puffs. So you're going to work in the very top, not the chain 1 that you made, but, well, where the chain 1 was made, because that's the top of your puff right there. So this is technically the stitch you made, but we want to work in this space here. And we're going to do this row again. So we're going to yarn over and put a double crochet in that space. And we're going to chain 1. And we're going to jump to the next one. Chain 1. jump to the next one. My yarn keeps getting stuck. Chain 1, jump to the next, chain 1, and then you're going to find the top of that chain 3, and you're going to put, oh, I can't get in there. We're going to put a double crochet in there. You know what? Hold on one second. Okay, when you come to the end of this row, you want to work into that second chain, not the third, so that it brings it over a little bit. When you do in the puff row, you work in the top of the chain 3. When you're coming around back this way, you work in the second chain. I just wanted to make sure so that I didn't screw you guys up, but that's exactly how you're going to do it. So then when you come to the end, you're going to chain 3 and turn your work, and then you're going to start your puffs again. So you yarn over, go with the top of that double crochet and go in there 3 times, 7 loops, pull through all 7, chain 1, jump to the next. Do it 3 times. Well, if I didn't keep getting caught on the yarn, it would be amazing. Chain 1, chain 1, we got one more here. Well, make sure you chain 1 at the end here too before you do your last one. And you can either go in the second or third chain. My third chain's usually real tight for some reason, so I just pick where I can get in. And there's a knot in my yarn. There we go. Okay, so then you're just going to keep repeating the 2 rows. So next you'll do the double crochet chain 1, double crochet chain 1, and then you'll do the puff row. Good news on a side note, I have a table coming that I'm going to use for my computer and for making videos, because it sits a little taller than what I've been using, and I'll have more space. I'm going to be getting a new phone stand so that maybe I can position it a little bit better. So hopefully here soon, videos will be getting a little bit better, and I won't be constantly fighting with this mess over here and trying to be in the frame and trying to make sure I show you guys everything. So I just wanted to share that little bit with you because I'm pretty excited. So go ahead and work this up as long as you want to. Like I said, I did mine 55 inches and then did the border. But you could make it shorter, you could make it longer, you could make it into an infinity scarf. And like I said, if you want to do infinity, you just, before you do the border, you connect the 2 edges however you want to, either slip stitch it or single crochet across. And then when I show you how to do the border, you'll just do it around, like it'll be closed off, right? So you'll do it around one side and then you'll flip it and do it around the other side instead of just going around the whole piece. So that's the only difference, but you can still do the same border. So I'm going to work up a little, sample piece here so that I can show you the border. So you guys go and work yours up. I'll work up my little piece and then we'll meet back and I'll show you the border. Okay, once you get your length done, I just made a small little piece just so I can show you guys the border, but make sure you end on the plain double crochet row because it just makes it easier to work on. So if you've landed on this row, just do one more row of the double crochet and then you'll be good to go. Then for the first roundabout of our border, we're just going to chain 1 and we're going to work down the side first. And we're just going to put single crochets along the side and around the whole thing. So what I did was, because these are all chain 3s, like double crochets at the end here, I just went in the space and I put 2 single crochets in each one of these spaces along. So whether it be a double crochet or a chain 3 you're working around, you're just going to put 2 single crochets around it. And it spaces it out pretty even. So just 1 single crochet in each one of the space, or 2 single crochets in each one of the spaces. I don't know, I lost train of thought there for a minute. Until you come to the end down here. And then your first stitch down here is in here, where this is pulling real hard. But what I did was I jumped over and I just put 3, I went in the space here because it was just easier than putting it in this big gaping hole. So we're going to put 3 single crochets around this corner here. And then we're actually going to put 1 in this chain space here. And then 1 under the double crochet. And then 1 in the chain space. And 1 in the double crochet. And then that's, I mean, you can go in the chain space or you can just go around it. It doesn't really matter because it works out the same. So you could just go in here and then go in the double crochet. And then when you come to this chain, or initial chain 3, we're going to go in those chains and we're going to put 3 single crochets. And then we're going to do the same thing, and we're just going to put we're going to put 2 single crochets in each of these spaces along the side here. I'm just going all the way around. I figure, why not? We don't have that much more to go here. I mean, you guys can pause me and get yours done because you have bigger pieces than me. So you can pause me at each spot here. But along both sides, you're going to put 2 in each space. And then along the bottom, you'll do in the chain space and in the bottom of the double crochet. Now, when we come up here, we've got this chain 3, so that counts. So you want to put 2 in there. And then at the top of this chain 3 here, or wherever you can fit your hook in, you're going to put 3 for this corner. And then you're going to do the same thing here like we did across the bottom. You're going to go in the double crochet and the chain space. In the double crochet and in the chain space. Double crochet, chain space. So you'll just do that all the way around. You've got your chain space here, and then you've got one last stitch here, and that's where we're going to put our last set of 3 for the corner. And then we're going to slip stitch to that first single crochet. So then you'll have, like this corner here where we had all those spaces, just kind of shape it, but it'll be fine because that's what I did on the other one and it turned out perfect. So you'll have 4 corners, and so you'll have 4 corners where you put 3 single crochets. Along the sides here, you're going to do 2 singles in each one of the spaces, and then on the top and bottom here, you'll do 1 single in each chain space and each double crochet so that it stays nice and even all the way around. Now, for the pretty part of the border, this is real easy too. And you don't have to do any more cornering. You're just going to do this same thing all the way around your piece. So you're going to chain 1. And right there in the same stitch that you're slip stitched to, you're going to put 1 single. You're going to put another single. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then if you look, there's two, loops here that make kind of a V right here. And we're going to go underneath those two. We're going to grab our yarn and we're going to slip stitch it. And that makes a little picot at the top of this. And then we're going to go right back in that same stitch and do one more single crochet. So then it creates a little picot, a little single crochet picot. And it gives you a little doohickey hanging there. So then we're going to skip 2 and we're going to repeat that. We're going to do one single. We're going to do another single. We're going to chain 3. We're going to go behind this V down here. We're going to grab it and we're going to slip stitch it. And then we're going to go in and do one more single. And that's it. That's what you're going to repeat. You're going to skip 2 and do it again. Single, single, chain 3, go behind your V down here, grab it and slip stitch it, and do one more single. Skip 2. I'll do it one more time with you guys. One single, go back in for another single, chain 3, go behind your V here, pull it through, slip stitch, go in for another single, and you've completed that one. So then you'll have this little, looks like little triangles at the top. And it goes all the way around and it looks real pretty. Like, I thought it just added to the scarf, just a little bit of flair. I really liked the way it came out, so I wanted to share with you guys. I have one more video that'll be coming out for a baby bonnet. The way I made an initial one and I liked it, but I came up with a few things that I wanted to change about it. So I'll show you what I made to begin with, and then I'll show you the changes as we work it up together. So that'll be the next video coming. So yeah, just do this all the way around and you'll be done with your scarf. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like this scarf as much as I do. I hope you were able to follow along. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy through this crazy time that we're going through. And I'll just keep putting out videos as much as I can so that you guys have stuff to do, because I'm getting bored too. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.